Yes, there will be spoilers, and there's a lot to talk about in this episode of Walking Dead. We are talking The Walking Dead. And this is Dead Walking Sunday spoiler edition. And man, once again, spoilers. I'm thinking you guys seen the episode already. You're watching this. You guys are going to get more basically what my thoughts in depth about this episode. And I really want to hear what you guys think about this episode, because this episode, it brought The Walking Dead back. It still is not on the level of season one. I think they had more emotion, and the cast was, I think, I'm going to say it, the cast in season one was stronger. But this opening, this first episode for this new season, definitely the way to kick it off. We got explosions, zombies, zombie herds. And did you see the ending? One of my favorite characters, hopefully, is basically a main addition to the cast, and maybe not a throwaway or gets killed, soon. It's Morgan. Morgan was at the end of this episode. Oh man, I just enjoyed the hell out of this episode. I mean, there's really nothing to really complain about it. You can nitpick about how there was the Tyrese with that Terminus guy that him and Carol captured, and the back and forth between should Tyrese kill this guy before he kills Tyrese and the baby, and it led to that where the guy was about to kill the baby, and Tyrese had to make a decision, basically fool him that he went outside the house, and you think he's getting devoured by walkers, but he kills all the walkers, and he comes in the house. Freaking does an MMA move, just lifts him up, body slams him, the Terminus guy, to the ground, and he just beats him to death. And that was emotion. That was a great little character, the back and forth play of Tyrese, because he doesn't like to kill. He's just a softy at heart, but you're in a world where you have to do this. And that's what we saw from Rick in season one and throughout the series, that hey, this is a different world that you have to change in order to survive. Oh man. And speaking of development, Carol, at first, in the very beginning of the Walking Dead series, she was you thought she was just a throwaway character. She was going to die sooner or later. Boy, has she become a badass. I'm saying right now, she is like a female version of Daryl. She knows what needs to be done. She does it without any hesitation. She's so smart. And of course, we bring back that smearing the zombie blood on herself, so she's not having all the zombies swarm on her. She's pretty much camouflaged herself. And the way she took out that tank, it's so smart with the little firecracker where the Terminus guy was using and stuff. And basically having the hordes of zombies just invade Terminus, because she knows her, after interrogating the Terminus guy that they captured, who was, if you guys saw the episode, was out in the woods doing some kind of surveillance or something like that. She finds out like her friends are in Terminus and they're probably being tortured, and she's going to go save them. Oh my God. And then it was nice to see Gareth. We didn't get too much of it, but we got the idea of why he became, because these guys are cannibals. We all kind of figured out they're cannibals. If you read the comic, you knew what was happening, but it was confirmed in this episode that they're cannibals, because you have body parts all over the place when Rick and his friends got out, and they're looking through the Terminus area trying to get out of the Terminus compound, and you just see just bodies full everywhere. Like, it looks like a big old turkey is hanging, but it's actually the ribs and stuff of a human body. And then of course one of the dudes was chopping up one of these human guys, and Gareth pretty much checking off the list who gets what. So it was just so knowing, just figuring out Gareth's past and why he came to this, we see in the very opening that there it goes from then to now, and we're not sure. You see him inside like one of the storage like Rick and all his friends are in, and then we cut to now, and basically we're Rick, Glenn, and Daryl, where they're all lined up and they're about to be beaten to death or get beaten by a bat and get their throat slit by a knife. And if you guys read the comics, you guys should know something about the little nod they gave for our upcoming villain Negan and Glenn, because he saw the bat and he saw Glenn. You're like, what? But we kind of knew that Glenn wasn't going to die that way, because that'd be an awful way to kill off Glenn. I thought someone was going to die in this episode, but nobody did, which is fine. I mean, well, a lot of the Terminus people died, and boy, that zombie herd. It's great to see the zombies a real threat again, because these zombies come at Terminus once Carol knocks down the fences, and it's basically every man for himself. And of course, Rick knows how to deal with these zombies already in his group, that it's really I won't say no sweat, but they use zombies as their advantage. Now, we didn't get too much of the other characters like Sasha, Abraham, Eugene. We got little bits here and there. Eugene tells the group that he tells them pretty much the cure and basically how to cure everybody, basically fighting virus with virus. Don't really take too much out of it. I mean, it is Eugene's word and stuff, so I didn't really care for that. I guess you can go that as a nitpick, but it's whatever. But basically, it was mostly focused on Rick, Glenn, Daryl, and it was a Carol show. It was definitely the Carol show with a little splice of Tyrese. Now, Carol just is her big old gun. She's invading. She's killing people. She's camouflaging herself with the zombies. She kills the one chick that we meet at Terminus who first greeted them. She kills her. Well, she pretty much shoots her in the leg, and then she brings all these zombies so they could just devour her. And then we also have just a lot of zombie kills that were so cool. We saw a lot of headshots. We saw a lot of Daryl using this pipe and just right to the skull. We saw Michonne make a weapon where she could just stab front and then back. We saw Carl holding one of the zombies, and you see that in the trailer. But then what was cool, I think it was I want to say it's Tara or Ramirez. I couldn't remember, or it might have been Maggie, because they all have homemade weapons. They're making weapons while they're in the storage container, which was smart for Gareth, who in the beginning when he was taking Rick and Glenn and Daryl out, instead of opening the door and them attacking them forward, they drop a smoke bomb and they just carry them out. So that was very smart by Gareth. He's been in this situation before, so he knows how to deal with these types of people. But I think the one zombie kill that was really cool was somebody slit one of the zombies' throat, and the zombie's head was just hanging, and he's just walking, and the zombie's head just hanging right here on the side. It was awesome. It looked great. The effects looked so good. Some of course, the gunshot effects, a little bit but the zombies looked great. The production looked great. It looks like the production value went up a little bit. What else could we talk about? There's so much going on in this episode, especially with Tyrese. I mean, like I said, Tyrese is battling himself. Should he kill or should he not? He doesn't want to, but he had to, and he's going to have to in the future episodes coming. Now, we see at the very end, we see all of them pretty much get away, and they all reunite with Carol at the end, and it's great, it's great seeing everybody back together, especially since they've been apart, and it seems so long ago, but now we're here, we're back, we're all back together. Rick finds out that Judith is alive, and it's a great moment. The baby's alive, he's holding her, he's happy. They have to keep moving though. I mean, Terminus is under just gone by this point. Zombies taking over, so they just got to keep moving, go somewhere. And of course, if you read the comics, you know exactly where they're going. I'm not going to ruin that, because people who haven't read the comics, they don't want to be spoiled in that aspect. But man, what a great episode. Like I said, I don't think I've seen episode one as good as this. Really, it definitely fit the tone of like the present Walking Dead. Back in the day, Walking Dead, it was slower, but it was a nice slow. It was a nice slower pace. You were getting to know. It was an introduction, phase. It was basically getting to know the characters. They had some deep, meaningful conversations. But now it has to be more fast paced. It has to be more action because we're at a point where especially with Rick's group being captured, it was definitely the right way to start. And that was just kablam, kaboom, shots everywhere. And it was great. It was so great. I am so happy with this episode. I'm not looking forward for the new character that's introduced because I know who he is, and I'm not a big fan of that character. But hopefully these upcoming episodes are just as good as the first one. It's definitely the right way to go. I mean, what else could we talk? There's so much. It's just so hard to just get your head around what happened in this episode. I'm sure a lot of people have some things that they didn't like about this episode, and that's fine. I just think it was just there's really that if there's something wrong with this episode, for me it'd be nitpicking, and this is just the way Walking Dead should just be. Like just very at this point very fast paced. A little bit of definitely character progression, just character interaction, a little bit of that. But they got to keep surviving. They got to keep moving, and I want to see this group. And you see the whole group together, and it's huge. This group seems like Rick has a freaking army at this point who knows how to deal with these zombies, and even basically whoever comes their way. Of course, we all know who's coming their way, so we'll see about that. But man, I just when Morgan showed up at the end, I was so happy, so happy. Morgan needs to be in this cast. He needs to be in this cast. The actor, you've seen him in Snatch, and you've seen, I think he had another show on AMC that didn't do very well, but he's a great actor. I can't remember his name. Great actor, brings a lot to the table. Those episode, I believe it was Clear, where Rick goes and tries to find guns and supplies, and then he meets Morgan again, and then we find out what happened to Dwayne. God, man, that actor brings so much to the table. He is one of the strongest actors in this cast, and it'd be nice to have him as a full member in the cast. And of course, somebody's gonna die. A lot of people are gonna die actually because this cast is way too big. But boy, what a great way to start things. I'm trying to think. Somebody attacked Terminus though. Somebody attacked Terminus before Carol did, I believe. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I'm pretty sure somebody attacked Terminus before Carol got there. So I'm thinking what I'm thinking. It might be, Alexandra. Just letting it out there, not spoiling it too much. It might be Alexandra. Somebody attacked Terminus. Somebody knows, or it might be somebody else actually. But yeah, just what a great. I guess a little nitpick would be like the time. They did like a Batman Dark Knight Rises where you didn't really get the sense of time because at one point you see Rick, he's getting hit in the head, or a lot of these no names are getting hit in the head. That was maybe a little nitpick too. People that we don't know are killed off, and of course they're killed off first before we reach our heroes. Maybe that's a little bit of a nitpick. Also a little like I said, the time thing. You see Rick inside where you think he's gonna be murdered. Then you see Carol and Tyrese walking around on the railroad, and you see smoke, and of course somebody attacked Terminus. That's what I'm saying. Somebody attacked Terminus before Carol got there. Then Carol goes Rambo, and you see her sniping. Not sniping, but looking at the scope and seeing the whole compound, just checking things out before she heads in. And you see Rick outside and being taken into the warehouse where that scene is where they're all lined up and they're about to be, just whacked with the bat, swimming with the fishes. So the whole time, conception of out of place was a little confusing at first, but you get it. You get it. It's a little nitpick, but you get it. It's like Dark Knight Rises, like, 3 months later, but it just didn't feel that way, if you've seen that movie. What else could we talk? The acting was great. The acting was good. Tyrese, I think I saw, I think Trev Chan said Tyrese, or somebody on the comments said they didn't feel Tyrese's Tyrese's acting was up to par. I believe somebody else too. I thought Tyrese did fine. I thought that he did fine. I thought the acting was great because there wasn't really too much tender moments. I said Tyrese had to carry that load. He did fine. He did good. The guy who got captured, he was a no-name guy, but it was kind of annoying him chewing his gum. Like, yeah, well, it's either I die or you die with the baby. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know about the acting. I mean, on his part, but the acting was overall good. I mean, we weren't really, I guess we were just so focused on a lot of things happening, a lot of craziness happening. The whole time, though, I was thinking, okay, they're getting to Glenn, and that guy's about to smack him with the bat. Somebody better be doing something. Rick better, either Glenn or Rick better be just charging at that guy, doing something, because I'm pretty sure those characters wouldn't just stand there and take it. So maybe that was my little nitpick too. It's like, come on, before all these distractions happen. If all those distractions didn't happen, what would go down? Would Glenn die that right there and then? There's a lot of coincidence, a lot of things happening for the sake of basically saving these characters. So maybe that's a little nitpick you could have as well. But overall, great episode, 10 out of 10, because that's the way you start this type of season at this type of time. That's the difference. We've already got our slow progression. Now it's time to move into our fast pace, survival, thrilling, zombie horror type seasons. That's what we need. And this was the pace was great. The pace was awesome. We got introduced to some horror. We got introduced to some intense moments. We got introduced to a lot of chaos. And that's great. That's great to open it up. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a lot of character driven episodes coming, especially hopefully Morgan comes in. But man, let me know, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Did you love the episode? Did you like the episode? Or did you just absolutely hate the episode? I want to know what you guys think of this episode, No Sanctuary. And of course, this is a spoiler review, so everything in the comment section is spoiler. It's basically no holds barred. Spoil it, whatever. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys like this video, please push the like button or please subscribe, because I have more videos on my channel and I definitely have more Walking Dead videos on the way for you guys. So thank you guys for listening, and this is Dead Walking Sunday spoiler edition. Until next time, until next Sunday, next episode, until the next Walking Dead. See you guys.